Hey guys, Account Second here, and this is the info video to the DASCAR Pokemon Pro Series Season 1. 42 drivers compete in open-wheel IndyCar racing to see who is the fastest and who will be your first champion of the DASCAR Pokemon Pro Series, which will be a sister series to the NASCAR Pokemon Cup Series. That series will run on stock cars and will be returning for its 14th season after once Season 1 of the Pokemon Pro Series comes to an end. You might be seeing here is PCS OW series on the roster. I had planned to call this series a Pokemon Cup Open Wheel series early on, but it never worked out, and when I ended up becoming a member of DASCAR, I decided to bring back this mod and bring back open wheel racing here to Pichu, London, so that we would have some series to run until the Pokemon Cup series comes back for season 14. So anyway, here are your 42 drivers that'll be racing here in the series for the first season, competing for a championship. And this driver's list will be in the description of this video below. It will also be in the description below. And the race schedule will also be revealed at the end of once we went through all the drivers for this season, as we always do in the info video. I always post these info videos to let you guys know who's competing and what races we're expected to participate in as the schedule, so that you guys will get a better understanding of how the series is going to be run for that particular season. So anyway, here is the roster for the Season 1 DASCAR Pokemon Pro Series. So here we go. Let's go through the drivers. I apologize for occasional lag. It always does this. Always happens for some reason. Even with my new laptop I recently got, it lags like sometimes, and it gets annoying after a while. But I did find Razor Cortex, which is a game booster which increases your speed of PC games, and hopefully that'll reduce the lag problem by a little bit. Hopefully it will reduce it. So anyway, here are the drivers that are going to be competing in the first season. We start off with the number 1 of Tony Green. Originally the 1 was going to be driven by Joseph Onesto, but he switched rides over to the 61. The 1 was open, so Tony Green will be given the 1 to race this season. In the number 2 is DASCAR member Joshua Michaels, riding the Verizon Team Penske number 2. And the number 3, you know his teammate and Team Penske teammate for AAA Insurance, it is Pichu in the number 3. Then another member of Team Penske and another DASCAR, no wait, not DASCAR member. I think he's a DASCAR member, I'm not sure, but if he's not, I apologize. But anyway, in the number 4 Pennzoil Penske machine, it's Jonny Gardner. In the number 5 for Schmidt-Peterson Motorsports for the Dollar General scheme, it's Ryan Acosta, returning to the series, to a Pokemon Cup series. By the way, I didn't mention Tony Green is with Clockworth GP and sponsored by Syra. Ryan Acosta will be sponsored by Dollar General and Schmidt-Peterson Racing in the number 5. So glad to have Acosta back in a league. Anyway, the number 6, Nick Pericles. Nick Pericles, I usually pronounce it, but sometimes I pronounce it as Pericles. Either translation probably is fine, but if you have the correct pronunciation of the name, let me know in the comments below if you're watching this, Nick. Anyway, he'll be driving the 6 of Robert Graham KB Racing Technology. In the number 7 is another DASCAR member, Jaime Pintor for SMP Racing Schmidt-Peterson Motorsports. In the number 8 for Target Chip Ganassi and TT Data, number 8, Isaiah Burniche. In the number 9 for Target Chip Ganassi as well, with Target on his side as a sponsor, Mason Powers. In the 00, making his TA2 League debut for the Cokeheads team for Coca-Cola Zero, number 00, David Johannsen, or Johannsen. I'm really trying to get used to pronouncing these names right. David Johannsen, I'll probably pronounce it. So if I pronounce it wrong, I apologize. Anyway, number 10 for Target Chip Ganassi, teammate of Mason Powers and the father of Mason Powers. Number 10 Target, Eric Powers. So the Powerses are back, hoping to work together to lead them to a championship are probably good runs together. So, anyway, in the number 11 for the Mystic Machine for KBSH Racing, number 11, Mitchell Riggs. In the number 12, another fellow DASCAR member for Team Penske and Verizon, John Cittadino. In the number 14, we have ABC Supply Company for AJ Ford Enterprises, Emily Rae in the number 14. In the National Guard colors for Ray Hall Letterman Lanigan Racing, it is number 15, Dylan Theroux. In number 16, MI Jack for Ray Hall Letterman Lanigan Racing, it's Ian Dutta, the champion for the Pokemon Cup Series from Season 13. He will be competing in Season 1 of the DASCAR Pokemon Pro Series. Hopefully he'll try to get a sweep. In the number 18, it's Pichu's teammate of TA2 Racing, but he's competing for Dale Coin Racing for Café de Colombia Spring Step. It is Daniel Coffey. In the 19th, for the Boy Scouts of America, for Dale Coin Racing, Tristan Fowlkes. In the Fuzzies Premium Vodka Machine for Ed Carpenter Racing, number 20, Alex Hawkins. Making his league debut, number 21, for Preferred Freezer and Ed Carpenter Racing, Philip Goldberg. In the 22, fan favorite Comfort Revolution sponsor for Dreyer and Renfold Racing, Nathan Hudson. In the 24, for Target and Target Chip Ganassi Fantasy Team, they'll be actually teammates of the Power. He'll be teammates of the Powers is running in the 9 and the 10 cars for Target. Number 24, Cody Hagen. Back for another round of the series, a former Indianapolis 500 winner for the Snapple car for Andretti Autosport, Seth Cole, number 25. In the number 26, in Kurt Busch's number, he raced in the Indy 500 in 2014 for Sir Tone and Andretti Autosport, Alex Busch. So look at that, Kurt Busch's number 26, taken by Alex Busch. They're not related, but pretty weird, pretty awesome to see a Busch driving in the 26, the same as Kurt Busch. So that'll sure be fun. In the number 27 for UFD Andretti Autosport, it's Alex Ragau. In the 28, that ride was originally taken by Robbert Pieete, but he switched down to 33. But now in the 28 for DHL Andretti Autosport, James Shelly. In the 33, the president of DASCAR, he switched his rides to the 33 for Always Involving Racing and KB Racing Technology as his team, Robbert Pieete. In the 34, for Andretti TV and Andretti Autosport, it's Eric Enrage. In the 35, for Red Bull and Red Bull Honda, Sanne Kors. I hope I pronounced it right. If I didn't, I apologize. So, anyway, in the 41 machine for Alfie Heating Systems and for AJ Ford Enterprises, Jacob Lawlor. In the 46 for Tilted Kilt and Matthews Motorsports, Benjamin Miles. In the 49 in the Volkswagen test car, Ty Dent. In the 61 for Shell Acer and Shadira Ferrari, Joseph Onesto. In the 63 for Sujin G. Coleman, Pink Racing for the Cure and Dale Cohn Racing, Jerry Guerra. In the 71 for K1 Lotus and Team Lotus, Daniel Voyles. In the 75 for Lucas Oil and RE Motorsports, Anthony Lopez. And his teammate number 76, Harajeli Alonso. I hope I pronounced it right. If I didn't, I apologize once again. In the 83, it is Novo Nordisk, Novolog Flex Plan Team for the Novo Nordisk Chip Ganassi Racing, Dillon Young. In the 93, for Target Chip Ganassi Fantasy, from that 1995 scheme, the number 93, Sean Harple. In the 96, for the Lotus Test Car, it's Zachary Fitzwater. In the 98, for Charter Castro and Brian Herta Autosport, it is Brendan Berg. And finally, For the Coca-Cola Racing Team and the Cokeheads team, number 99, Brandon Nichols. They'll be teammates with David Johannsen, who was running in the 00 in the Coke Zero scheme. So that'll be it'll be fun to see two Coca-Cola drivers racing it out against each other or helping each other out towards success. So that'll be fun to see as well. So a lot of good storylines here in the DASCAR series to start off Season 1. Anyway, we'll get to the schedule right about now. So here is your first DASCAR Pole 1 Pro schedule. Alrighty guys, here is your first schedule for the Pole 1 Pro Series. We'll start the season off at the favorite track, Greensville-Spartanburg Speedway in Greensville, South Carolina. By the way, they won't have race names. They'll just be round 1, round 2, round 3, etc. So there'll be no race names on these races. Just the tracks. We go in simple. So anyway, the next race we head over to Green Valley Ring in Norway, Missouri. The Green Valley Ring, for those of you that don't know, it's half a speedway, half a super speedway. It has the turns of a super speedway, but it's actually a road course. So it's pretty much a hybrid of a road course and a super speedway combined. So that'll be fun to race at. After this, we'll be heading to Columbia International Speedway in Missouri, another one in Missouri. So that'll be fun to have a Missouri doubleheader at GVR. And then it's followed by the race at Columbia. And then after that, we're going to be heading on over down to our favorite track, Richmond International Raceway. 42 cars compete at Richmond. It is a Sprint Cup Series track, one of the few Sprint Cup tracks that is on the schedule, as I like to use tracks that Pole 1 Cup Series has not been in a long time to make up the schedule, so that we can make things a lot more fun. But anyway, after Richmond, after our date with Richmond, we head to the streets of St. Petersburg. The Honda Grand Prix of St. Petersburg, going to be held there after we head to Richmond. And then after that, another road course, Long Beach, California. We're going to be heading back to Long Beach for two IndyCar races coming up with St. Pete and Long Beach after Richmond. So that'll be fun to watch. As we have another road course after Long Beach. We'll be heading to Portland International Raceway, a returning track that formerly hosted Pole 1 Cup races. It'll make its comeback for the Indy, for the Pole 1 Pro Series. So anyway, after that, and then we have a trip to the Lady in Black, Darlington Raceway after Portland, another Sprint Cup Series track in the schedule. I know some of you guys like Darlington. I'm bringing that back to the schedule. And then after that, we head to Iowa Speedway, which Pole 1 Cup hasn't been there since Season 2, so it'll be returning as a Pokemon Pro race. So Iowa is coming back as a Pro Series race. And after our trip to Iowa, if I could find it right here, it's Nashville Super Speedway. I found a new version of Nashville, and hopefully it'll have much better results than we had before. And hopefully we will have better racing at the track. And also finding a new version of the track, Memphis International Raceway. Another awesome version of the track. Hopefully that'll be fun to watch races at. Then we head over to Gateway International Raceway. Gateway recently made a comeback with its Campbell truck race, and now it's going to be hosting a race in the Pokemon Pro Series. And then another welcoming favorite back to the series, the Milwaukee Mile, is coming back as well. That'll be after Gateway. And then the world-famous Circuit of the Americas will host the next race after that, which is it's sure going to be fun to race back at the Circuit of Americas. A lot of people have been loving that track, so we decided to bring that back for Pole 1 Pro. And then a new track I found, the Cornfield Raceway in Iowa. That'll be fun, because a lot of corn grows there. It's sure to be a fun series to go to when we get there. Anyway, and then we'll have duels in Detroit. Duels at Detroit's Bell's Isle track. As since it can only fit 28 cars at one track, we're going to have duel races in Detroit. We're going to have duels in Detroit, so that'll be fun. And I found a new version of Detroit, so hopefully that'll be a lot as cool as we had before. But anyway, if I could find the other track. The next track we were supposed to go is Rushmore, and I found it. There it is, Mount Rushmore. We're back to the road track of Mount Rushmore, and it was a beautiful track to race in. Not much excitement, but we're going to give it another go anyway because I needed some race to fill in. But anyway, after this, we head to Lucas Oil Raceway. Back in Lucas Oil, the last 3 races will be in Indiana. And then after Lucas Oil, we'll have duels in the road course of Indianapolis Motor Speedway. The Indy road course they use for F1 and the Grand Prix of Indianapolis will head to 2 races. They will have dual races at this track, since the maximum capacity for it is 29 cars for 1 race. So I had to compromise. And finally, we head over to the Indianapolis 500 to wrap up the season. The Indianapolis 500 is coming back to the world-famous Indianapolis Motor Speedway. So that'll be very exciting to see the Indy 500 back here on Pichu London. We'll have a new winner of the Indy 500. It's sure to be excited. It'll be an exciting season finale. I'm sure of it. So anyway, that's our schedule for Season 1 of the Pokemon Pro Series. Everything will be in the description below, and it'll be up on Pichu London's Facebook as well. We will be starting the series up soon, maybe later this week or next week, depending if I have enough time to do it. So hope you guys stick around, and good luck to everyone competing. This is the account second here. I'll see you later.